Tony Kanaan, and was visibly shaken when he heard of Kanaan's injury just minutes before he had to go out and qualify. White flag. Helio Castroneves may in fact be on his way. But remember, this has been a race punctuated with unusual occurrences.
Be smart, no pressure. Be smooth and smart.
He's got the interval up now to 4.7 seconds. What a great podium this is. Castroneves, Max Pappas, what a popular second place that would be. Another fantastic driver. Great personality out of the car. And Oriol Servia, his first podium in his rookie season. Very, very popular podium, I think, with everyone.
Guys, you heard Tim Cindric saying no pressure to Castroneves. Castroneves hasn't said anything on the radio the last 10 laps. I think he's going to break the silence very shortly.
Well, he's on his way to becoming the 43rd driver in the 22-year history of kart to find his way into victory lane if he can only get this one final lap complete.
And there is no place to rest. You may have almost a 5-second lead, but you can't make the smallest mistake here. You've got to keep pushing. It's when you start to back off, you lose concentration, and then something terrible could happen. So Castroneves now only 2 corners away from his first victory.
I'd be hard put to identify a more fun-loving, outgoing, and friendly personality.
How to say your name now? I know who Helio Castroneves is.
Helio Castroneves.
Great job, buddy. Great job.
Has taken the Tenneco Automotive Grand Prix of Detroit. His first victory. Him from his teammate Jill DeFerrin occupy a good portion of the 4.7 seconds that actually separates them on the racetrack.
Don't worry about it.
One more lap to go. They warn him of debris in one. He goes through one. It's not obvious what it is. Nevertheless, he is clear through it.
And from a driver's perspective on this final lap, he couldn't be in a better position. He's 5.6 seconds ahead of DeFerrin. He's got a couple of lapped cars between him and second place. You start short shifting. You make sure that you brake maybe just a little earlier. Take a bit of caution on the turn-in. Give yourself a little bit of room on the exit, but you don't want to break rhythm. You're still pushing. You aren't just going to lay over on this last lap, but certainly you're going to have a little bit of margin in case anything goes wrong, or you have to make a sudden movement on the racetrack because of debris or a car that's had a problem.
At this course, twice Emerson Fittipaldi has won for Roger Penske, twice Al Unser Jr. This will be the 5th time for Roger on this circuit if, in fact, Helio can make it to the finish. And it looks like he's just absolutely cruising now. Earlier, Parker Johnstone suggested, and I think rightly so, that both Helio and second place Jill DeFerrin were just playing with the rest of the field. They have this track down absolutely pat. The twin checkered flags fly ahead.
You're a hero again.
You're a hero again.
Second win of his career. And this year for Helio Castroneves, who once again is almost trying to get out of the car. Look out, Roberto Moreno. That's the winner. Now, Dario Franchitti, 3rd place. How's he on fuel, Gary?
Well, we just checked again with Kim Green. He says, yeah, it's improved, but then he gave us a big grin and he says, I'm afraid everybody else has improved too. So they don't think they're going to get any break in that respect, and they think they're going to make it to the end. I asked Chip Ganassi about Juan Montoya. I said, how close? And he just said, real close.
White flag is out. If there's nobody in the pits, they're all going to run for it, and they may need that downhill.
And Jan said 3/4 of a gallon. Well, keep in mind, that's only a couple of corners here at Laguna, but as you said, at least it's all downhill from the top of the corkscrew back to the pit lane.
Paul Tracy just spun it over in turn 2. He was trying it again with Servia, and then he lost it.
Oh, look at him chop in front of Christian Fittipaldi.
Remember, each of these are points. They're so important, just 4 to go after this in terms of races. So he can't afford to lose anything. That was costly. Top of the hill for Helio Castroneves. Jill DeFerrin's right there with him. Franchitti is certainly going to try to take a look at DeFerrin as they come down the hill. Again, whether or not all engines run all the way to the bottom, that's a question. Franchitti looks like he is out of the contest coming down the hill. He's going to come down in 3rd. Helio Castroneves, this is the final turn. He's only got to get up a brief uphill here, and he will have his 3rd career win.
All right. That's it. That's the way you do it. Great job, guys. Great job.
Helio Castroneves 5th win of the year for Team Penske, 3rd in his career. And Gilles de Ferran will take the points lead.
The only thing D'Amata can try to hope for is a mistake on Castroneves' part. We've only seen small miscues on the starts and restarts from Castroneves during the course of last year and earlier, but right now he's driving flawlessly.
Working the final lap now. Castroneves, then D'Amata. Scott, they come to you.
Helio's looking real good, real clean. D'Amata still keeps that behind him. All the guys go through here clean. No action.
For Helio, it's a no-mistake lap. For D'Amata, he's only going to have one more real chance to take a run. It doesn't look like he has what's needed, but who knows if D'Amata can reach down. He's closing up on his tail.
And if you're in Castroneves' position leading this race, you just say, it's got to be perfect, it's got to be perfect. D'Amata pushing as hard as he can, just has to be close enough so that if Castroneves does make a mistake, he can take advantage of it. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
There would have been his chance. Now it would have to be a mistake or a failure by Helio Castroneves. They head for the hairpin, the 27th running of the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. Helio Castroneves comes off the corner. Checkered flag awaits. And Helio Castroneves has done it by a mere half a second.
Good job.
Fittipaldi in 6th. Bit of a gap there. But Tracy's going to have to take it careful.
Well, fuel's been an issue here in the past. Remember in '97 when Mark Blundell and Mauricio Guggelin both ran out of fuel, 1st and 2nd, within sight of the checkered flag.
The white flag comes out. Just about 2 miles to go for Helio Castroneves. Franchitti's last chance is here and now.
Same time, look at Andretti starting to work on Moreno. Well, he dropped back there, maybe just trying to get the run.
It's been a flawless run for Castroneves and Team Penske. Gilles de Ferran would have been right there. They had that one glitch with the electronics that dropped de Ferran back to 8th place, but otherwise a great run.
Paul Tracy just started to slow. Tracy started to slow, and it's going to roll to a stop. Fittipaldi will come to 5th. Back to the lead of the race. Castroneves, Franchitti. It doesn't seem like Franchitti can do anything, but look at him slide the back end of that car. Franchitti still working on Helio Castroneves. Time and distance is running out.
It's time to climb a fence, I think, Paul.
Helio Castroneves takes the victory. So Helio Castroneves has taken the 5th career win in the Kart FedEx Championship Series. His 2nd win this year, and of course you add to that the Indianapolis 500 outside the series. It's a
The thing about Gilles de Ferran, his teammates now won 2 races this year. Gilles de Ferran hasn't won a race yet. Qualified on the pole here yet again. Was dominant all weekend long. And now trailing his teammate. It's got to be so frustrating for last year's champion.
Top 3 were all on the pit straight together. It's a short pit straight here. They come off of the keyhole on the final lap of the run. Carpentier is not going to get a pass done there. He's got to look for a mistake now. They've just told Alex Zanardi's team that they have stopped scoring him because he didn't react to the black flag. Helio Castroneves, Indy 500 champion, one of the more likable guys in the sport. Very shortly going to have a fairly long run to the fence.
He'll be looking for the fence. He'll give Gary Gerald something to scale with him maybe this time.
Natural terrain road course. What's he going to do when he sees the checkered flag here? They're just ahead. And there is career win number 6 for Helio Castroneves.
Great job.
3rd win of the year. second consecutive win at Mid-Ohio. And he closes to within 1 point of Kenny Brett for the championship.